Good evening and welcome to our second edition of UBC News Tonight. Before we get into tonight's news bulletin, let's first take a look at the top stories tonight. In our top stories tonight, the Omusinga urges subjects to embrace government programs. Opposition walks out of Parliament as General Muhoozi scoffs at the Leader of Opposition's report. Government owes National Water and Sewage Corporation over 888 billion shillings. And Nigerian murder mystery solved as culprits are sentenced to life in prison. Good evening once again. I'm Loreen Masika Kazimoto. The Omusinga wa Rwenzururu has celebrated his coronation anniversary at the Royal Hill in Kasese district after 7 years of incarceration. Upon his arrival at the hill, traditional rituals were performed and he later joined the people for a reception at the golf course. The Vice President, serving as the chief guest, donated 30 million shillings to support the kingdom and encouraged the king to incorporate messages of wealth for development.
Rwenzururu has been coronated for the 57th time as the King of Rwenzururu Kingdom. This event took place at Base Camp Upper Royal Hill in Kasese district. Upon his arrival, the king underwent rituals, including setting a fire in one of the 3 erected shrines. He then proceeded to the coronation hut where other rituals were performed.
In this house, the royal members of the clan, like the nephew, the uncle to the king, are supposed to conduct a special ritual to give authority, give good health to the king, such that he can rule so well and his subjects can have abundant harvest.
Now, as per the culture, women are not supposed to access this coronation hut, and however, only those who are defined as holy are the ones who are supposed to get involved in all the activities that take place in this coronation hut.
Now, among us, we are having important men who underwent a traditional ritual of circumcision to qualify to be members who are to execute their role of clan leaders and chieftains.
Chieftains, clan and religious leaders were key witnesses to the coronation ceremony, dressed differently from other attendees. Are you still going to perform those rituals while dressed like that, or you will have your entire dress code changed?
Thank you. Well, the dressing code will remain the same throughout the function. So it has been used to make a distinction, to distinguish. So it is trying to differentiate us from the rest of the people. So we will remain dressed like this right away from now till evening. And even the rituals we're going to perform, this is the very way we will be dressed.
We should stop thinking that the function of crowning a king is a function of people who believe in spirits. No, we are here, religious people. So it is a religious function.
Myself, I had negative attitude towards such houses. But now we have moved around, we have seen there are no spirituals there are no what, but there are, like here where we are standing now, it is like a museum where people go to Entebbe for, I don't know, to see the elephants, the whatever. Now here we have seen the first hall of the Mukonjo, of the Rwenzururu.
Charles Wesley Mumbere, while addressing the subjects at golf course, preached reconciliation, humility and unity. The Omusinga also urged locals to embrace government programs to alleviate poverty, echoing the sentiments of the Vice President of Uganda, Major Jessica Alupo, who emphasized the same.
I appeal to every one of us to be actively engaged in a productive work so that we can fight poverty and ensure food on our tables. We need to produce for our livelihoods as well as for the market because we have full potential.
The primary focus of the NRM government is to trigger the socio-economic transformation of Uganda. We have guaranteed peace and stability, a precursor rejecting the poison of sectarianism on account of tribe, gender, age, religion, etc. We have improved the human resource through universal education and mass immunization of all children.
Security forces maintained a presence in the area, conducting foot patrols and surveillance to enhance the protection of participants at the coronation ceremony. This 57th coronation anniversary coincided with the 14th recognition anniversary for the Rwenzururu Cultural Institution. Ivan Kahwa and Dan Lugemwa, UBC News in Kasese District.
Now, in more news, State Minister for Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, has informed the opposition that it's challenging the government to thoroughly address their claims of human rights violations because a significant portion of the information they provide is unverified. Now, this statement came after the leader of opposition, Mathias Mpuga, presented a statement concerning unanswered questions regarding the arrests, disappearances and abductions of National Unity Platform party supporters.
He presented to the House about the unanswered questions on abductions, arrests and disappearance of National Unity Platform party supporters. The leader of the opposition, Mathias Mpuga, wants accountability for all their missing persons, release of all political prisoners in the court-martial, and also asked the Minister for Internal Affairs to present before the House a detailed statement on detention without trial.
Full accountability for the November 2020 murders in Kampala and beyond, including the actions taken on police patrol 99917 and other listed above, and those others listed above, whose occupants were well captured. 2. Accountability for all arrested Muslim clerics and ordinary Muslims throughout the country. 3. Accountability for all the reported 18 disappeared Ugandans, as confirmed by the Uganda Human Rights Commission. Demand that the Minister of Justice appears before Parliament to detail the House on detention without trial.
After listening to the leader of the opposition's presentation, State Minister for Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, emphasized that the government finds it challenging to respond to the human rights queries of the opposition, as a considerable amount of the information provided lacks verification.
But I want to say almost all unverified, so I find it difficult to respond to unverified concerns raised by the law without prejudice to what he said. But also want to say that we shall guarantee civic space to the opposition and all Ugandans to exercise their rights and freedoms, but that right is also not duty-free.
In the leader of the opposition's statement, he also placed responsibility on Parliament for not taking action as human rights abuses continue.
When you look at some of these few occasions, just in this time alone, I wouldn't think it would be right to indict Parliament that we have not given space to issues of human rights. We have given them space, the answer is there, and the record is very clear. Issues of human rights are so very, very dear to us and would give them serious attention. And if there is anyone who knows that he has them, please bring them and we shall give them attention. But what we must know is that Parliament has where it stops.
The Deputy Speaker has now instructed the Minister to provide a response to all the leader of the opposition's claims within 30 days. However, the opposition that expressed dissatisfaction over government's response towards their queries walked out of Parliament in protest for the third consecutive time.
Item 9, Prime Minister's time.
Shamim Naiga and Gloria Gwitabinji, Parliament.
The Parliament's Committee on Rules, Discipline and Privileges is constrained by the suspension of Mityana Municipality Member of Parliament Francis Zake from accessing Parliament. The committee, which had scheduled to initiate investigations into the allegations of poor public conduct by MP Zake, will have to wait until the suspension of the Mityana legislature ends. Father Charles Onen, the committee's vice chairperson, urges MPs to avoid misusing their position to attract political capital.
On Tuesday this week, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, suspended 5 members of Parliament subscribing to the opposition after drama ensued when the House did not reach a consensus to play a video tabled by the leader of opposition, Mathias Mpuuga, on allegations relating to human rights abuse in Uganda.
I invoke my powers under Rule 89 for over rules of procedure, suspend the following members for 3 days. Number 1, Honorable Namboze. Number 2, Honorable Zake.
The suspended members vowed to continue with their parliamentary activities on grounds that they are servants of their respective electorate.
If it means sleeping here, I'm going to sleep here. Nothing like stopping me from doing my duty as the Mityana municipality people sent me here to do my work as a member of Parliament. And I'm here to stay.
But the Parliament's regulations bar any member who is on suspension from accessing any designated premise of Parliament, as explained by Chris Obori, the head of communication at Parliament.
It means you will not appear in the chamber, you will not appear in the public gallery, you will not appear in the lobby, you will not appear in the grounds of Parliament, or any other place that the Speaker will have designated as Parliament at that particular time. So the offices of Parliament are precincts of Parliament.
This has affected the investigations by the Parliament's Committee on Rules, Privileges and Discipline on the alleged misconduct by MP Zake Francis, who was referred to this committee by the Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa last week.
But you cannot now represent your people in the House. You cannot talk. You cannot appear before any committee. You cannot attend any committee meeting. No committee can ever even summon you to appear before them to answer pertaining, concerning other, like for the case of Zake. The Committee on Discipline, Rules and Discipline cannot now call Zake because he cannot access Parliament.
Zake is, among others, accused of using vulgar language against MP Juliet Chinyamatama while in Rakai district.
And we have already notified him and the other witnesses that on Wednesday we will begin hearing the word.
This and many developing events, including opposition walkout protest, have since last week tested the patience of the rules and procedure of Parliament. The Deputy Speaker, Thomas Tayebwa, was witnessed in his Wednesday communication to the MPs, emphasizing the strictness of the regulations as a way forward to contain the increasing commotion in the House.
Okay, I want to read for you verbatim 2 very critical rules. One is Rule 83. A member shall enter or leave the House with decorum. B, a member shall not cross the floor of the House or move around unnecessarily. While a member is speaking, all other members shall be silent and shall not make unseemly interruptions.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gwitabinji, UBC News.
The chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Member of Parliament for Budama South, Dr. Emmanuel Otara, has committed to assisting the National Water and Sewage Corporation in collecting payments for utilities from government agencies. This comes in response to a disclosure from the National Water and Sewage Corporation regarding losses incurred due to non-payment of utilities by government agencies. Members of the Parliamentary Committee were on a familiarization tour of Bugolobi wastewater treatment plant near Kampala.
The Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources has paid a familiarization tour of Bugolobi Waste Treatment Plant to ascertain the amount of power produced by National Water and Sewage Corporation. The committee inspected the trickling filter, which enables a gradual flow, allowing the substance to pass through, providing a habitat for bacteria.
Is well operated by experts. These experts are the national water staff, so these are guys who are very proficient in managing these systems. So we have maintenance crews that will go from the day-to-day doing preventive maintenance to ensure that the pumps are always running. And then also in case there's a breakdown, we have the response teams that come in to have these breakdowns repaired.
The committee was informed that government owes National Water and Sewage Corporation over 88 billion shillings.
They asked us to give them a breakdown so that they can help us follow up with the government to see how payment of bills can be prioritized from government. They also wanted to know about the staff deployment, so we gave them all the staff deployments from senior manager upwards. And I'm very happy to say that we are regionally balanced, and I'm happy with my staff complement that we are working very well with the regional balancing which we have.
The Executive Director of the National Water and Sewage Corporation, Engineer Dr. Silva Mugisha, announced the corporation's upcoming Water for All program.
And this is to ensure that all those places where we are, we reach 100% service coverage in the next 5 years. It's a good program. It will be partly financed by National Water, but also we want them to support us so that another part can come from government.
The chairperson, Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources, Dr. Emmanuel Otala, realized that government has not been able to release the money National Water planned for in the budget.
My committee is first and foremost going to ensure that we talk to other ministries, departments and agencies that owe money to National Water and Sewerage Corporation to make good on their obligations, and that would enable National Water to provide more services. And that is the most critical thing. As of now, ministries, departments and agencies owe National Water to the tune of 41% of all their debts that they have. And this is not a good trend.
The plant's impact on local communities includes disease prevention, leading to healthier and more economically active communities. The visit of the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources was to monitor environmental management in the city and also know the challenges faced by National Water and Sewage Corporation. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The Parliamentary Committee on ICT is on a fact-finding tour of UBC installations and broadcast sites in different parts of the country. The process is aimed at funding different UBC projects to improve its infrastructure for better broadcasting services. We have more details in this report.
On several occasions, the public broadcaster UBC has made its case for enhanced funding to improve its broadcasting infrastructure across the country, but in vain. However, the Parliamentary Committee on ICT is on the fact-finding tour of all the UBC installations and broadcast sites across the country to acquaint itself with the demands of the public broadcaster to acquire new digital transmission equipment.
So we think government need to really support UBC. This idea that UBC should be a business entity and should be able to make its own money to deliver service, I have just discovered that's not going to work. We cannot allow the national carrier, the national broadcaster, to work like the private sector, who are business oriented, who focus on the profitable sectors of the population. For UBC have to broadcast government programs to all the citizens of this country. So it is through UBC that such information can be delivered to the community, because it is non-profit making. So the government should really support UBC in order to see that the information required reaches to the community.
This tour comes at a time when Parliament is in the budget framework process for the next financial year 2024-2025.
When they are planning in their coming budget, I recommend that the DTT should be rolled on in other districts, in other parts of the country.
So this is a very strong recommendation we are going to give, and this visit is timely because we are going to start looking at the budget framework papers and budget estimates for financial year 2024-2025. And we think some of these challenges we are going to work with the Minister of ICT to see that they can be addressed.
Limited remunerations for employees off and on signal for local radio channels affiliated to UBC and satellite cut-off for free-to-air broadcasting services are among the deeper malaise affecting the public broadcaster and its mandate to take lead.
Because most of the areas, we have not covered them. For example, we are not in the Bundubujo side of Ntoroko, the other side of Lakai, but hopefully with the incoming phase and having had the MPs visit us, we pray that the management engage them and we have all the areas covered. We had also planned to have boosters in areas that are not being reached by the stations we're having currently, so that we have boosters in places, say Rukunjiri, to cover areas of Kanungu.
We originate our signal that supposed to cover the whole of Western region. However, much as we do the work, we have been facing some hindrances like limited coverage in some districts due to technical challenges at transmission sites which are not operational because of challenges of technicalities and others, and other challenges at the station, in the studios, transmission, which require adequate funding.
The Parliamentary Committee on ICT tour to the Western region marks an end of the fact-finding mission, and now the committee will present a report before Parliament to determine whether UBC will receive over 100 billion shillings to implement its projects. Sada Mubale, Stephen Kalisha, UBC News.
The Chairman, Electoral Commission FDC, Boniface Bamwenda, has declared Adepo Francis as the new National League Chairperson 2023-2028. He takes over from Lubega Walid. The new elected chairperson has been the Chairperson Youth League Kamuli District. We have more details on the story.
Forum for Democratic Change Party in Najanankumbi has conducted elections for National Youth and Women League. This follows nominations of different candidates contesting in 8 electoral positions. The headquarters were a beehive of activities in both grounds with different types of dances as delegates prepared to participate in voting for their candidates of choice. Before elections for National Youth League would start, one of the delegates filed a petition to the FDC Electoral Commission challenging candidature of 2 people contesting for National Youth League chairperson. After sitting, the Electoral Commission denominated Okori Brian and disqualified him from the race over not being in the youth structure of the party. This did not go well with this candidate who contested, but in vain.
For over 30 days. And now you come here, a member raises something, then you claim that now you're denominated because you're not a delegate. I've asked them to highlight a section in the law, both in the Youth League Constitution, Party Constitution, National Constitution, that bars me from contesting as a party member. They are not highlighted.
One of the candidates on Opori's team, Sosoji Alan James, boycotted the election, alleging that it was already determined.
Stand here to say that I cannot participate in this rogue election, and I've been moving around telling my colleagues that I'm going to be active and I will stand for the truth and that's why I'm standing for it today.
That he doesn't qualify. Not every member of the party, not every member of the youth can come here to vote. The composition is very clear. Chairperson, vice chairperson, they are the ones who constitute the electoral college, including leaders of tertiary.
He refused to leave the grounds, and EC decided to give his case a second hearing where his candidature was still not cleared.
Bring my letter.
Bishop Stewart Ugandans, this is the sham process.
Campaigns kicked off, and each candidate in the position of National Chairperson Youth League presented what they plan to do for the youth in the party, including ensuring inclusivity and mobilization.
I want to assure you, we shall work together as a team.
When you vote for me, we are going to look at women empowerment because we need the 40% to come from the ladies.
Among those who are contesting for the position of Secretary for Mobilization is one Andrew Sebitosi, the chairman, Kawempe Division.
First number 4, without 100% who is going to mobilize you, does it mean that I can speak a good English?
The campaign and elections for both youth and women were conducted concurrently. The Chairman Electoral Commission, Boniface Totereko Bamwenda, declared Francis Adepo as the new National Chairperson, Youth League, FDC.
Accordingly, as the Chief Electoral Commissioner, I declare Adepo Francis, who has obtained the largest number of votes.
The youth, we are too much energetic. We want to feel that we are going to do our best as far as correcting our political party is concerned.
The new leadership, immediately after declaration, took oath. Other positions are Vice Chairperson East, Education and Sports. I'm Navka Farida and Kenneth Tanaba. Inajana Nkombi.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cash back every week. It's free of charge.
Wano nno tuli bukoto era lero we tugenda okugaba pichi yaffe eri omwanguzi waffe wano we tuzze.
I'm so excited and I'm sure even all the people, all the staff at Kwaliwath are all excited. We thank you very, very much.
Myaka 25 nga MTN ewereza naye nga buli week tugaba pichi 5.
Very, very excited. I'm excited about MTN giving back to its customers. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, MTN.
The fact that we have won really shows that people like Mama. Their services are really nice. MTN, your services are okay. The network is good. We are satisfied.
Chikola sense ne?
Use the Momo app or dial *165 *3#.
Metu Bus Industries Namambe, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators and special purpose vans. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover, with just seats or a special design that includes a restroom, power outlet, Wi-Fi, television and a refreshment center. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Did you know that you can safely and conveniently make your school fees payments anytime, any school, anywhere using Airtel Money? Oh yes! Simply pick up your phone and dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees. Choose between school pay, peg pay, or shore pay. Enter student number. Enter amount, confirm name and transaction. Enter Airtel Money PIN. A confirmation message will be sent to you upon a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Are you passionate about a healthy living and wealth generation for your household? Learn how you can easily tap wealth and health from Mother Nature using science and technology. Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius Echuma Chiwagala Chuma has written a knowledge-packed book, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee. Grab your copy today at 20,000 shillings only at Prof Bio Research Equatorial Mall, Aristoc Booklex branches, Acacia Mall, Garden City, Kampala Road, and Jumia, Uganda. Or call 0703 152 152 for deliveries. Remember, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee book is autographed by Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius himself.
Welcome back from that break. Now in more news, Kasolo Kompuliamu and Lubega Johnson have been sentenced to life in prison by the High Court after being found guilty of the murder of Maria Najirinya and her driver Ronald Kachitaimbwa. Judge Isaac Muata imposed this severe sentence, stating that the two showed no remorse throughout the trial, despite of their knowledge of the offences they committed.
Of Maria Nagirinya and Ronald Kachitaimbwa included Kasolo Kopliam, Lubega Johnson, Kalyango Nassif, Jessica Hassan, Panga Sharif, and Katerega Shadat. A trial presided over by Judge Isaac Muata. 4 of the 5 suspects were convicted on all the 6 counts brought against them. The conviction was based on the testimony of Isaac Sennabulia, who pleaded guilty and received a 40-year prison sentence. Sennabulia implicated himself as being with the accused during the kidnap and murder. Court also relied on the surveillance camera evidence, telephone communications between the convict, confirming the brutal murder of the victims. However, Katelega Sadat, a friend of Kasolo, was acquitted on grounds that the evidence didn't establish his direct involvement in the crimes.
Neither was he identified by any of the witnesses as having participated in the commission of the said offences.
Judge Isaac Muata sentenced Kasolo Kopliam and Lubega Johnson to life imprisonment due to lack of remorse during the entire trial, despite their clear knowledge of their crimes.
The murder of the victims was gruesome. It was terrible, and no amount of punishment would compensate the lives of the deceased persons. There is a need for deterrence in order to discourage other offenders from committing similar offences against innocent victims.
Jessica Hassan, Mpanga Sharif and Kalyango Nassif were each sentenced to 30 years in prison on all the accounts, and they were considered as border riders who didn't play direct role in the offences.
Each of them looked remorseful, and they are first offenders and were not actively involved in the committing of the alleged offences.
However, they are not satisfied with the decision of the court. So we are going to appeal against the decision of the court.
A2 has been convicted, but he has not been given a death penalty as the state wanted. So to me, that is success.
Following the verdict, Jacqueline Oko, spokesperson from the DPP's office, welcomed the court's decision.
So their arrest, prosecution, and convictions have subdued that criminal gang, and therefore members of Natete can now be peaceful and secure as a result.
Anthony Lubowa, the father of Maria Nagirinya and relatives of the deceased, spoke to UBC after the court proceedings.
I was somehow satisfied that the case was well handled. The judge did a good job, and I thank my lawyers. The government lawyers, they have done a good job.
So I think we have finally gotten the fair judgment that we've always wanted as a family. I believe it's going to be an example for everyone.
This time we thought that why is judgment taking long? But we thank God
that everything has come to an end.
Maria Nagrinya and her driver Ronald Chitaimbwa were abducted on February 28, 2019 from Lunguja and subsequently killed in Nabituli village in Chiyunga Mukono district. Deborah Namamonde, Susan Nabogode, UBC News.
Bus owners with travel routes to Kasese, Fort Portal and surrounding areas, as well as passengers, are worried after the tragedy in the Queen Elizabeth National Park. However, police assured them that security has been tightened.
Recently, the country was shocked after suspected ADF militants killed 2 tourists and their guide in Queen Elizabeth National Park in Kasese district. After the incident, we spoke to those in the transport industry, especially those who operate on trips from Kampala to Kasese and other areas. They narrated it to us as this is already a concern for passengers, including tourists who use public means.
This is a matter of concern internally here, and I think generally in the industry. But as link, definitely we've got to get there first, because in the first place, this is our biggest route. Kasese Kampala is our biggest route, so we are that bus company that is has the capacity to handle tourists. We handle a lot of business between Kampala and Kasese, and of course to the Congo. So that definitely leaves us in a situation of concern. You'll see a normal flow of passengers, but there's definitely fear amongst our people.
Linky Bus spokesperson Tom Besti Arinde said following the murder they have beefed up security measures.
We're already taking steps to ensure that we address this. We respond to this. In the first place, it is communication. Our public address system here, for example, in Kampala, is addressing that to ensure that we pass information relating to terrorism and the risks. Doing a lot of sensitization to our staff to ensure we equip them with knowledge. How can you tell that this could be a terrorist? How do you check? We are handling our security to ensure we give them those tips on how to check people who are coming in. Our luggage section.
In the due course of our interview at Chisenyi Bus Terminal, counter-terrorism police sensitized the link staff about vigilance and security alertness. Nelson Sekandi, manager of Namaiba Bus Terminal, the main bus terminal for interstate travels in East Africa, urged the law enforcement agencies to step up their efforts to normalize the situation.
We people who are in transport sector, I think it's going to affect us. One, most people come from the neighboring countries, just like the above stated, Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi. Some of them, they don't come here to only deal in goods, but some of them they come to see what's happening in Uganda, how Uganda looks like, because most of them they know Uganda is good. Uganda is safe, and our police personnel and the military, they will do their investigation and they see where the root cause of that incident.
Police has reassured citizens to remain calm and carry on with their daily routines. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
Minister of State for Trade, Industry and Cooperative David Bahati is championing the production of locally made textiles to fulfill the President's directive of reducing the importation of second-hand clothes. Minister Bahati highlighted this while on a visit to Fine Spinners Uganda Limited in Bugolobi.
The Minister for Trade, Industry and Cooperative, David Bahati, has stressed the importance of supporting local industries to manufacture clothing and reduce the dependence on second-hand clothes.
We need to replace gradually the second-hand clothing so that we can use new clothings, but manufactured by our factories here in the context of the policy of import substitution and export promotion.
The minister expressed the importance of the industry to leverage on the domestic market to enhance the country's tax revenue.
Currently, we are having an import duty of almost $800 million in terms of clothing. The suits we put on, the shirts and everything, $800 million. So the strategy of import substitution means that whatever we are importing, we need to replace it using our local materials here.
Which is converting cotton from Uganda fields to fashion in the European markets. So it is a truly field to fashion model where we are adding a lot of value to cotton and we are converting it into finished garments. Our garments are sold all over the world, especially in European markets.
This initiative is set to boost the textile production, reduce the importation of second-hand clothing, and promote economic growth. It aligns with the broader goal of achieving self-sufficiency in the textile industry.
His Excellency President directed, and now what we are doing, we are assessing capacity of different factories. We are doing analysis, how many pairs of socks are we importing every year, how many pants are we importing, so that we inform the factories on building their capacities and planning, so that this issue of second-hand clothing become the thing of the past in a very near future, but done in a very systematic way, not to disrupt any processes.
The focus on empowering local textile industries and promoting locally made clothing is a significant step in the ongoing effort to reduce reliance on second-hand clothes. Komagum Rogers and Winnie Katwire for UBC News.
UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but we return with more stories after these messages.
Mjinja Central Market twidi wano okubanga twedusa abantu okuwaayo kumbaga ya mwenemu nga bakozesa momope kati je Mjinja Central Market sobola okubanga tuwayana abatyamye momope neri kwogeza abantu obwama
tamu ndalo otemu mukaga otemu itanga otemu sita onige isatu onige ash onige yes aye nga tuwayo tikashi nga tuwayo nga tubicha ku momope enkola ya MTN miga 70
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cash back every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Multi Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
So, you are ready to invest in Airtel's initial public offering? Good choice. I'm going to show you how to do it straight from your phone. First, you're going to want to make sure you have a Securities Central Depository SCD account. Dial *185*85# from your Airtel number. Choose Airtel IPO purchase from the available options. Enter your valid national identification number when prompted. Before you purchase, there are a few things you need to know. The minimum purchase is 2,500 shares. The share price is 100 Uganda shillings. Select the number of shares you wish to purchase. Choose your relevant broker for the purchase. Enter your Airtel Money PIN to confirm the transaction. Congratulations! You receive a confirmation message of your successful purchase.
Lagos.
Hello, Mom. How did you sleep? How is Salongo? Oh, Mommy, how is Grandma? And Simba, the dog, yeah, the funny one.
Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel Bona Voice Bundles. Dial *100*1#. Select Call Bona to choose bundles from as low as 1,000 shillings from daily, weekly, monthly, or bundles that don't expire. Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel. A reason to imagine.
Welcome back. Now in the business scene in Uganda, business leaders are taking a stand on the critical issue of climate change. The 2023 CEO Forum, under the theme Navigating the Climate Crisis, a call to action, has become the epicenter of the CEOs to engage in problem-solving discussions, explore innovative strategies, showcase successful initiatives, and discuss practical solutions aimed at addressing the climate crisis in Uganda.
They are stepping up to the plate in the fight against climate change in an era where strategic decisions hold sway over daily operations. These business leaders are actively realigning their models to global environmental trends. The growing focus on environmental, social, and governance principles has led to a call for proactive measures to mitigate climate change risks. This forum provides a crucial platform for CEOs to collaborate and explore innovative strategies that can tackle the climate crisis head-on.
We need to see ourselves very prepared as Uganda. Kampala is the most polluted city, among the most polluted cities in Africa. 325 microbes. 10 times more pollution than the average place or average city in the world. So we are sinking slowly under our own weight. The population is growing and we need food. So we need a fund as corporate leaders around which we are going to work. Number two, we need to leverage technology.
During the forum, CEOs discussed the challenges posed by climate change in Uganda, shared successful initiatives that are already making a significance, and focused on strategies that can be implemented immediately to address the climate crisis.
And your companies to strengthen the social economic responsibilities and sustainability strategies, like implementing the environmental, social, and governance strategy, which aims at creating a positive socio-economic environment for Ugandans so that no one is left behind.
The ultimate goal is to ensure that Ugandan businesses play a key role in environmental stewardship, aligning their operations with global trends that are geared towards a sustainable future.
Ask them that the only profile they should be sharing about Ken and about Sanjay and about PK is their SDG profile. He's standing here because he has done A, B, C for sustainability. Otherwise, he has no right. So these are messages from my son. Yeah.
It's an investment and resilience in adaptation and in the creation of a legacy that transcends our time. Together, we can build a future where the empowerment of women and youth becomes the cornerstone of our climate change solutions, ensuring a thriving and resilient Uganda for generations to come.
The 2023 CEO Forum promises to be a pivotal moment for these leaders as they collectively commit to being part of the solution to one of the most significant challenges of our time. Sandra Kahunde, Robert Katamba, News Tonight.
In a world driven by evolving technology, it is essential for Ugandans to embrace innovation for enhanced high quality and efficient outcomes. Now, to this end, a team of students from Elizabeth University has identified sites for charging electric vehicles through a competition organized by Total Energies.
A world that increasingly values the digital era and innovations in artificial intelligence. Young talents from various universities have taken the lead in creating electric charging infrastructure for electric vehicles. This initiative emerged during a 3-day hackathon organized by Total Energies, with participants from Elizabeth University successfully developing 400 charging points around Kampala.
We used artificial intelligence to help us optimize and find the best locations that Total can set up their EV charging points. So we found around about 400 charging points in the whole of Kampala, the best locations that Total can use to set up their EV charging points.
Kati okuanalyzinga data ono kikuyambako okumanya kyewetaaga okukola. Kati nga ffe kye twakola engeri gye bali bagala okufuna charging stations zino oba ebifo w'okuchargingira, twatunuulira ebintu bingi. Nga ekisooka twatunuulira enguudo.
Dr. Pradeep Kumar, the Director of Academic Affairs at Elizabeth University, emphasized the importance of artificial intelligence and its potential to generate high-impact employment opportunities in the country.
It actually indicates that how much our students are ready for the future assignments. What 5,000 people will think for one solution, same thing can be done by a computer using artificial intelligence, because what you can do, machine learning is a science which is a combination of data analytics. When you are taking the brain of 5,000 people and you are keeping into the computer all their knowledge.
When tasks are automated, you'll find that some of the jobs will go away. So because I would rather hire a robot than hire someone who would keep telling me that, okay, I need to go for burial, I'm sick. So that will lose productivity time.
The hackathon's top competitors received generous awards from Total Energies, totaling 11 million Ugandan shillings. Irene Faith Nantongo, Mary Namokose, UBC News.
In the world of sports, the 82nd Johnny Walker Uganda Amateur Gold Open has entered its second day at the Uganda Golf Club in Chitante. The 301-strong field has displayed quality skills, with Ugandans still in dominant positions ahead of all foreign entries. We have more.
Subuga has improved his lead at the 82nd Johnny Walker Uganda Amateur Golf Open that is currently ongoing at the Uganda Golf Club Kitante. This after a day 2 3-under 69 gross score that keeps him atop with 134 gross, which is 6 strokes ahead of second placed Ibrahim Bagala, who has also maintained his position.
In the first place, I would like to say I've trained for this for a while. I'm a member here, so I've been playing this course for a number of times, a number of rounds. I'm positive I can win the Open. My target often is playing level par on this course, so anything better than that, I'm grateful.
The 2021 winner Joseph Chunyai is the biggest mover on day 2, that he ended third on par after 36 holes. Michael Tomusime is 4th, Joseph Kanolera 5th, while Peter Tomusime is in 6th position. The 2023 Johnny Walker Uganda Amateur Golf Open attracted 131 entries, including foreigners, and enters its penultimate day on Friday. John Barnes, Sentamo, UBC News.
And with that, UBC News Tonight has come to an end. Thank you so much for your company this evening. We do wish you the best of the night. We do leave you with Kalema, who is giving us tomorrow's weather forecast. I'm Lorraine Masika Kazimoto. Now, on behalf of the team working tirelessly behind the scene, we wish you a good night.
latest area-specific weather information from Uganda National Meteorological Authority, please dial *201# and follow the prompts. We woke up to a mixture of sunny intervals and isolated showers across most parts of the country. This is partly because of the orientation of St. Helena together with the low-pressure systems situated along South Africa that are causing a spillover to Congo and the southeasterlies from the Indian Ocean that are causing a confinement of the rain belt to our region. Looking at the forecast tomorrow, we forecast to wake up with the sunny conditions in areas around Nakasongola, Luwelo, Mubende, while Kampala, Buyukwe, Masaka, and Simbabwe are forecasted to wake up with isolated showers. In the western, we forecast Masindi, Hoima, Kabale to wake up with sunny conditions, while Mbarara and Kamwenge will wake up to isolated showers. Looking at the weather in the eastern, forecast Jinja and Tororo to have isolated showers, while other areas including Amuria, Soroti, Botalija, and Bali will wake up to isolated sunny intervals. Looking at weather in the northern, we forecast the entire stretch to have sunny conditions apart from Relander Park that will have isolated showers. Looking at the weather in the afternoon in the central, we see development of isolated showers across most parts of the central, with temperatures ranging from 28 degrees Celsius in the capital to 29 degrees Celsius in Nakasongola. Looking at the western stretch, we forecast the entire stretch to have development of rainfall with the maximum temperature ranging from 27 degrees Celsius in Kamwenge to 30 degrees Celsius in Kasese, while Kabale is forecasted to have a maximum of 24 degrees Celsius. In the eastern, we forecast the maximum temperature to range from 28 degrees Celsius in Jinja and Tororo to 30 degrees Celsius in Kataku with isolated showers. Looking at the northern stretch, we forecast the entire stretch to have isolated thunder showers with a maximum temperature ranging from 29 degrees Celsius in Arua to 30 degrees Celsius in the Karamoja stretch. Looking at the international cities, we forecast to have London cloudy conditions, while Addis Ababa is forecasted to have 23 degrees Celsius with light rain. New York is forecasted to have light rains with a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius, while Nairobi is forecasted to have a maximum of 25 degrees Celsius with light rain. Beijing is forecasted to have 18 degrees Celsius with sunny conditions. Thank you for watching UBC. Shalom.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
This is a track of mine called Flashback, and we have Mr. Pascal on the bass, and we've got Enoch on the keys. Now I'll introduce the rest.